everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Mondays in Exandria, an adventure in Iman. Shiny Pilot will be joining us. They're just held up at work for a little bit, so they'll be a little late, but they will be here. So, let's just go around, let's see who we are, who will be playing. We had a week off last week because I was out of town, but I'm back, so... That was last week, right? Yes, I'm not insane, I think. We'll see. I don't know. I don't have my brain in my skull today, but I'm Lindy, and I'll be playing Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer the Fourth of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers. And, yeah, I'm a nobleman and a warlock, and I just got a new book, and it's great. So let's go over to D20 coup de grace.
Yes, that is me. I will be playing Harlan Flipcloak. He is a divination wizard. And I believe that this party is not going to make it back before 12 o'clock, but we'll see about that.
We'll see. You know, we never know. If we turn into pumpkins, we'll find out. Nuggetosaurus, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Hi. I'm Nuggetosaurus. I play Howl, the Shifter Fighter. Harlan and I forged a super badass sword not last week, but the week before. Last time we played. So I'm super excited to eventually get that. And we'll see what we can do with that.
We'll see what we can do with the sword, indeed. There are many things, many euphemisms that I will not go into at this time. Producer Trav, save me. How are you?
I'm running up that road and I'm running up that hill, Lindy. Laugh, love, Lindy. I'm very glad to be here. I'm Producer Trav playing Lamont Quinlan, the Kalishtar rogue, nay, artificer, who's got a wing nut and a screw loose and a dagger that is cursed. And he's brooding. I'm looking forward to brooding for the next 2 hours. So let's get it on.
Let's get it on. The brooding, that is. Speaking of not brooding? Plotting. We have our dungeon master.
I'm just really glad you didn't do something with "let's get it on" part of the segue there. I thought that was going.
We have our dungeon master for this night, Marvin Gaye. How are you?
All right. Well, I am glad to be back because the silliness has already started and it has been going on for about 30 minutes now.
Yeah.
So the game should only continue down that same road. Yeah, I'm at Deception Check. I am the lucky person who gets to run my friends through a fun game of characters who really don't know what they're doing and are trying their best just not to die. We'll see how well that continues this evening as they're split up. But Mondays in Exandria and Adventure in Iman is our little world based on the world created by Matt Mercer, the Wizard of the Coast Adventure, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and DM's Guild Supplement Dragon Heist Forgotten Tales. We've taken it, rolled it around, melded it, twisted it a bit, and turned it into something fun that these guys are trying to survive. So last week, when we 2 weeks ago, when we left our heroes, they were split up a bit. Lamont went book shopping, then went fugue state writing on the roof in the rain, and came back to the shadow to abuse service staff and look for the basement hiding place. Wendell went back to the Shadow Inn to recover the lost book from his patron and was successful. Igor got sent to the room because he spoke badly to his master, Wendell, but he didn't get sent without dinner. He actually got to take dinner. And Harlan and Hal stayed at the House of Inspired Hands, where Harlan believes it's safe, and they ended up spending a little time forging a weapon for the first time. Just supposed to be a little training mission where you pound on some metal for a little bit, and with a natural 20, Hal created a sword that Harlan infused magic in, and it's going to be pretty awesome once it's done in a few days. So we're going to pick back up with Lamont Quinlan as he's perusing through his notes, walking through the dark to the armoire in the back of his room on the 4th floor of the Shadow Inn, hoping to find the ladder in the secret compartment that leads down to their newly repaired secret base of operations.
This is illustrated by a Jay Lee or I'll take a Dave Gibbons. This is a haunting image of a man slowly putting himself back together, clad all in black, alone in his madness, going both literally and figuratively down the shaft, private, empty shaft of, discontentment and loss. And he's got to be thinking about the fact that his brain has been put back together, but something's wrong and he can't quite put his finger on it. And he's written all this stuff. And if he's anything like me, and he is rereading what he has read like a lunatic. Like he's easily read what he wrote on the walk home, leaping across rooftop to rooftop dramatically, by the way, cape flapping in the icy rain. He has read and reread what he wrote down, and he's using this journal to kind of put his memory back together, such as it is. The Portal Master days, and what has been unlocked in his head. And I go down to the basement.
All right, you reach the bottom. As you do, automatic lights come up. There are sconces along the wall, and as you reach the bottom, they slowly illuminate, casting dark shadows across the room as they get brighter until you find that it's a well-appointed, lit space. The hole that used to be the door on the far side of the room has been repaired and seems to have been upgraded into a much nicer door. Looks to be maybe metal of some type, with several bars and locks across it. All the tables that you left here before are in their place. The map to the sewer system is still on the wall. And there is a nice bottle in a bucket that seems that it looked like the ice melted after a while. There's a bow on it and a welcome home signed Reagan on the bottom. It looks like it's been there for a little while. It has some dust on it. He might have expected you to be back earlier than this.
It was a Reagan. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. And I draw a saber and with a flourish, put it behind my back and approach the locked door.
Okay.
Locked door? Door covered with locks.
Door that's barred and covered with locking mechanisms.
Check that out.
Okay.
What was the state? You got to refresh my memory. What was the state that was in prior?
We broke it.
It was locked the first time you were here. You wanted to enter into the sewer system. And instead of waiting for a lock or asking for a lock, everyone just destroyed it pretty much.
That sounds right. That sounds about right.
We didn't let a door stand in our way.
I would expect nothing less. All right.
What would you like to know about this door?
I want to search for traps.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. You get advantage because you're on the inside of the door.
Oh, cool. And I have a skill that pertains to this somehow that I need to look at here in a second. But
okay, with advantage, you rolled a 12. You do notice that there are some simple traps associated with the door, but it looks to be traps that are set to affect someone trying to come in from the sewer side.
If that leads out to the sewers?
Yes, that's how you entered the sewers the last time.
Okay. So this is the whole room. And somebody put champagne in it? Has anybody drank from the champagne bottle? Is it full? Is it sealed? Has the seal been broken?
Do you go over to take a look?
I certainly do.
It is still corked. It is floating in tepid water. It's got a bit of a dusting of dust over the top of it. It looks like it's been sitting there for a little while.
And it has been fitted with lights, electric lights, for
These seem to be magical.
magical lights.
Yes. The soft white glow.
Okay. I quietly mumble under my breath, "Who the hell is Reagan?" And I storm upstairs.
Okay. You have two choices. The ladder goes all the way back up to your room, but there is a door about in the middle on the way up
At least
that goes somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out that way.
Okay. You open the door and find yourself in the dining room, the private dining room that group uses regularly. On the table is a steaming hot dinner of a roasted bird of some sort, potatoes, greens, a couple glasses of milk.
Couple glasses of milk.
Yes.
I take one of them, and walking as I sip, you doing this action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna head out to the. There's nobody in here.
No, there's no one in here. Just
I'll go
your
out to
dinner
the-
that you ordered.
And then he remembers that. Like, oh right. I'm gonna pull a turkey leg and a glass of milk, and I want to walk out into the lobby
Okay.
with turkey all over my face.
It's a little bit later in the evening, but there is a large crowd, as it normally is, in the dining and sitting area of the tavern part of the Shadow Inn. You see Roger Roget, who provided you your dinner, behind the bar. And to your right, you hear someone go, "Yes, sir. Is there anything I can get for you?"
One of you is Raphael. Reagan.
When you turn to your right, you see a red-skinned tiefling who you recognize that you've seen several times before, who has been assisting you. He is dressed in the normal accoutrement of the Shadow Staff, and he's like, "Sir, I'm Reagan. I've been your personal assistant for your time in the Shadow Inn. Your go-between with other benefactors of the inn."
Can I talk to you over here in the hall for a second?
In the dining area, sir?
Yeah,
Of course.
I ordered too much food. Why don't you join me for just a second?
I would be pleased to, sir. And he follows you into the dining room.
It's milk is great. This is particularly fresh glass of milk. I'm going to let him go in front of me after you. And then I come in and I close the door with my heel while I'm holding my turkey leg and my glass of milk. Why don't you sit down? Just go ahead and have a seat.
That would be inappropriate, sir.
Would it though?
Servant, yes, sir.
Would it?
Please, I'd be happier for you to sit down, sir. How may I help you?
Or you could sit your ass down and
No,
eat
sir.
with me. All right.
It's against policy.
Policy.
Yes, sir.
Are you religious?
No, sir. It's against the Grayskull Shadow Inn policy for us to partake with food with.
So this is an
others.
HR issue.
I'm sorry, sir. What?
Oh boy. Okay.
Is that
This
someone's
this is
initials?
starting all wrong. We're supposed to be having a party. Okay. Okay. You won't sit down. I'm going to sit down. But then you're standing over me, which I can't take. So I'll.
No, sir. I'll stand by the door, and you
Here's
can speak to me from position of power.
A what?
If you sit at the head of the table and I stand by the door, you are sitting in a position of power and speaking to me as is appropriate.
Okay. All right. I've heard that power positions are supposed to naturally boost your testosterone, so I'll give it a shot. I'm gonna go sit at the head of the table.
He's just sort of like, yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, certain
Something in my
mushrooms.
throat.
Yeah. So, you were in my secret lair. You aware of that?
Yes, sir. That is the secret abode of the Grayskull Shadow Inn for the owners who are the live-in running partners of the Shadow. I was commanded to fix the door that you broke and to upgrade the facility for you.
Who told you to do that?
Master Hassenpfeffer?
Hassenpfeffer. Okay. You know,
Your group's leader, I believe.
Oh boy, I have been upside down for a while. Okay, so I got a lot of catching up to do. So here's the deal. I think the word I'm looking for is dismayed. I think what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm dismayed that there seems to be Grand Central goddamn station down there. It seems to be there's a lot of foot traffic through my secret lair.
I'm sorry, sir.
I'd like to minimize that. And
I don't understand where you're coming from. The only work that was done by bricklayers, and a door installation was done from the sewer side of the facility. I myself installed the locks, and I wasn't aware that you were going to continue the class tradition, sir. I thought you were different.
No, this is just some clasp.
Yes,
that's something they like to do.
The criminal organization that runs this city, that owns the other 49% of the facility and gave you the ownership rights that you currently hold.
Right. Now I do remember that. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Are you an ambitious man, Roscoe?
First, my name is Reagan.
Reagan. I know.
And I am as ambitious as this position allows, sir.
Yeah, and what is with all this loyalty to the position? You know, you got magical lights down there. Are you bound somehow, chemically, magically, spiritually?
I'm sorry. Are you not feeling well,
this
sir?
Hotel?
Are you all right? You seem to be under some misapprehension or some misguided ideal about what's going on here. I simply repaired your room.
Why are you sending me?
Because I was hoping you'd return back. You are an important part of the shadow now, and we like your presence here and most of us enjoy when you're here. You as in group, your organization. And so upon repairing your room, I thought you'd return, so I had a bottle of very nice champagne waiting for you downstairs. Unfortunately, you did not return for that. It was meant as a gift.
I'm hateful to all of you.
You're not as hateful as some of our previous employers.
Is that so?
Yes.
Or just outright?
You can be quite off-putting at times, sir, if you don't mind me saying so.
How dare you? Dare you speak to me that way? Continue.
Is there anything important that you wish to have, sir? Can I get you anything?
Are you hungry in the least? Are you going to help me eat any of this?
No, sir. I had my meal just before you arrived.
Okay. I could use somebody to tell me the goings-on of the Gray Skull Shadow as I make myself more comfortable in the secret lair. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, sir. I do not. Could you please explain exactly what you're asking?
Sure, I understand. It's complicated. Let me go into a little more detail. I don't want anybody going down there.
I'm sorry, sir, but
I want to tighten it up security to the secret lair.
If you require someone to do work in your facility, then people have to go into the facility to do the work.
No, I'm working. I'll be working.
And it is not yours.
Come in, I'll let them
alone. It is the ownership of the Gray Skull Shadow Inn that uses that facility. Therefore, the clasp has access to it if necessary, as well as you do, sir, because you are not the sole owner of this facility.
He eats turkey. He takes a big bite of this turkey leg. He's like, see, that's a problem. What was the problem?
No, I'm sorry, sir. That isn't a problem. That is how it is.
No, it's a problem. No, listen, I want you to listen to me. You're a nice guy. You're a nice guy. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, one nice guy to another nice guy. If the biggest criminal organization in the fucking city can go down there and play pinochle with their pals in my secret lair, then this is not going. I'm just saying that I had some ideas. Now I got to make other ideas.
I would suggest if you'd like to have a private secret lair that you purchase one of your own. This particular space is reserved for the other ownership of the facility and your group.
You just write a check for a secret lair. A secret one? Come
You
on.
get paid an awful lot, sir.
What?
You make a lot of money off of this facility.
I do? How much do I make?
I am not privy to that particular knowledge. It is passed to you from the ownership. I just know that it's not a inconsequential sum.
Boy, we got a lot of work to do. We're going to pull an all-nighter tonight.
I'm sorry, sir. I have other duties as well.
Do you?
Of which I must leave for now, sir. Thank you very much. Is there anything I can get you before I return?
I just want to know how I can keep you sweet. I want to know, if people who don't like me are in this hotel, I'd like a heads up, especially as time goes by and I get some work done. There may be people who are dismayed that I'm working. And I'd like to know if
there's security on staff at all times, sir. You know that. You meet them every time you go to the 4th floor.
No, but they're in the fucking mafia.
Yes, sir. It is Reagan.
Reagan? Look, you're a nice guy. You left me champagne. I respect you. I appreciate you. You've shown a special affection toward me. It hasn't gone unnoticed. You're easily a foot and a half taller than me. So, maybe I'm overcompensating. I want to apologize for that. That's something I'm working on in my private time and in my meditation.
Yes, sir.
In my prayer time. So I just appreciate that and appreciate you. And I tell you what, I'm going to finish this up and I'll let you know if I need anything else. I want you to have a great evening. Okay.
You too, sir. And he steps
Right. Could
out
you
of the
shut
room.
that on the way out?
Always do, sir. And he closes the door. And while you stew on that, let's head over to Howl and Harlan. Or do we need to bring someone in?
I think Michael wants to come.
Is Michael ready to join?
Yeah, I just didn't realize he was waiting to join.
Okay. Well, we'll just pause for a moment to bring in Igor.
I have it set up.
Lamont
so
just, as soon as the door shuts,
easy.
Lamont just starts swearing up a blue storm under his breath as he rips into this food like a man who has eating his, first meal after arriving on shore. Furious, piss furious, spitting, literally spitting. He's so mad.
Are we good to go?
Yeah.
All right. Excellent. So we'll
Get it
jump
set up.
in now. Welcome back to Shiny Pilot. We're playing Igor this evening. We'll be jumping to him in a moment. But for now, we're going to go back to the House of Inspired Hands. It's late in the evening, and Harlan and Howl are leaving the blacksmith area of the temple, having just completed a sword, I believe.
That was really interesting. I'm really tired. Like, that was kind of exhausting.
You should get some rest. I'm gonna stay up and wait for the others.
Sure. I want to go to the front porch. Do you want to come with me?
That's where I was planning to go myself.
Cool. I'm gonna go sit and sharpen probably a dagger because I've sharpened everything else. So, do you have a sword? You have a sword, right?
Yes.
Can I sharpen your sword?
If you're careful with them.
I'm always careful with weapons. They're like the best thing ever. So
He'll start removing his many weapons he has on him.
yeah. So I guess we go to the front porch and I'll sit down right in the middle like I was, waiting for that letter, and then I'll start sharpening and cleaning up Harlan's weapons.
Harlan,
All right.
While waiting, just kind of sits against one of the pillars, arms crossed, kind of just staring out like overzealous parent, knowing his kids are not going to make it back before curfew.
All right. So as you step out onto the front steps underneath the awning of the House of Inspired Hands, it is an overcast day, but it has stopped raining now. The sun is setting, and there's a bit of a glow from the bay side of the town, and there's a slight breeze blowing from that direction that keeps it cooler, almost chilly in the evening. There is a bit of foot traffic going by, and people are walking on either side of you as they exit or enter the House of Inspired Hands because you're right in the way.
Right in the way.
None of the
I'm seeing
clerics
everybody coming in.
seem to mind.
Yeah. They're used to me by now. I've been here all day.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
After a little bit, you're there. You're probably on the third one of Harlan's weapons. What weapons are she sharpening first, Harlan?
Well, I suppose that would actually be her choice, but I guess I'll just hand her by start off with the greatsword, and then the scimitars.
Okay, so you're on the last of Harlan's scimitars at that point, when the young man who you had sent before with a message, one of the runners from inside the temple, appears running down the street.
Great. Awesome. Sorry, someone's yelling at me right now. Yes, I love you too. Go to bed. Yes.
Go to bed.
Okay, sorry. Yes, I know. Go to bed.
I love you. Go to bed.
We love you too.
Anyway.
The young boy runs up. Miss Howell.
Oh, hey, kid.
I have a letter for you.
Oh,
And he
you do.
holds up a letter, and it is in fine parchment, and you see on the back is the seal of House Wasserin.
Fuck. Okay, I'll take it, and I'll give him. I'm like, okay, how much does she give you this time?
Oh, she gave me a lot.
Yeah, like how many? Because I gave you one, and then she gave you 5. God damn, this woman. I'll give him 10 platinum.
Oh no, she gave me gold.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll give him 10
But I'll
gold.
take those.
Yeah. I already gave you 1, and she gave you 2. So
I know. I gave them my parents already.
Okay, good kid. I'll give him another platinum.
Does everyone pay this way? I'll run messages all the time.
They really don't.
No?
They're kind of cheap when it comes to messages, but
Can I run messages for you all the time?
I mean, if you want, kid. What's your name?
I'm Sim.
Sim?
Yeah.
Sim. Hi, Sim.
Simbaril, but I don't really like
Simbaril.
Simbaril. It sounds so serious and whatnot.
It
So they
does.
just call me Sim.
Sim. Okay. Hi, Sim. I'm Hal.
Is that like a short name, or you like are
No.
you like Howlicious or something like that? Or?
I am not Howlicious.
Holy toast.
Okay.
Just Hal.
I thought you might have a name like mine, and you wanted for a short one. So it's
No,
okay. I
no,
mean, it's
no.
fine. I
Yeah.
mean, not everyone has really bad names like me.
Yeah. I'm sure like my real name's probably pretty bad, but Hal's the only name I've ever known. So
How can you have a real name and not know your name?
because I woke up 10 years ago with no memory. So
Wow.
I know.
I'm
it
only
sucks.
7.
Wow. You weren't even alive.
Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna go now because that's confusing.
Later, Sim.
Bye, Hal.
Bye.
And he runs
And
into
then-
the temple.
And then I'm gonna like super carefully put the letter in my lap, and then just Harlan here. And I'm just gonna shove his weapons back to him.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. They should be fine now. And then I'm gonna rip that letter open.
Okay, you rip it open, and there are a lot of words.
Fuck.
There's a lot of words.
Do I recognize any of them?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Shit. Okay, hold on. There's my sheet. Got a -1. Okay, here we go.
Will we see a 0?
No, that was a 17. So it's
Oh.
16.
Okay, so you can read like half of the words on this. There are some normal ones, like you can see like use and trouble is one of the bigger words, and lots of eyes. So it's Nezrin, and you see Nezrin's name, that one.
Yeah.
But none of it makes sense because you don't know all the words and all this, and Nezrin always used big words.
God, yeah. It'd be annoying if I didn't love her so much. Hey, Harlan,
Oh, yes.
you know how to read?
Yes.
Can you, if I let you read something, can you like not say anything about it?
Yes.
Cool.
I can read your letter in confidence.
Yes. Can you read this to me, please?
All right.
All right, you should have it there.
Sweet.
Suppose I'll read it then. Hal, you can not understand the depths of trouble we both could be in if anyone knew that the two of us were communicating. I am not sure why I am writing this in reply to the letter you sent. The letter you sent, I never expected to say those words or to live to see the day that you wrote me a correspondence. To say I am surprised would be an understatement. Nevertheless, I should treat kindness with kindness and honesty with its equal. I will not be marrying anyone at this time. The encounter at my home, where you and your band of ruffians saved my family from sure destruction, has caused me to reevaluate my life and how I expect to experience it going forward. To which I am leaving Amman for a vacation and need me time. I will be leaving by airship in 3 days to Port Damarel, as we have some meager holdings in that city and really wish to be away from the machinations of my parents. If you happen to find yourself on that side of the world in the coming months, I would not be adverse to seeing you again under different circumstances. Nazareth. P.S. I hope these papers I gave you were of some help. I hope the papers I gave you were of some help. I know my parents are quite put out by their disappearance. P.P.S. Watch out for father and mother. They seem to have taken an interest in your group, and not in a good way. Be careful. That is the end of the letter.
She's leaving? Is that what that said? Like she's really leaving? Like she's going to Port Damali?
Port Damali, yes.
Damali.
Yes. And an airship leaving in 3 days, apparently.
3 days. What day is it? Do you know what day it is? I don't know what day it is. I'm bad at dates.
The day, because I know what it is.
The 24th day of Dulahay.
24. Okay, so that'd be 27, right?
I think that's the way the month works here.
No, it's 4.
Okay. Okay. Can I make some kind of check to see, like, I know Nezrin. I might not know how to read, but I know her handwriting.
It is her handwriting.
Okay. Can I see if, like, anything is not like her in this letter? Like,
Sure. I would say you would either need to do an intelligence check to see how well you recognize that. I would give you advantage because your knowledge of her, or you can do an insight into the letter and see if you can pick up anything that seems strange.
Is it possible for me to help here?
I don't know, because you don't know the person who's writing it, so I don't know that you'd be able to help.
Okay.
But she has advantage because of her knowledge of Nezrin anyway.
Okay. So with a intelligence or an insight, I have advantage?
Yes, straight intelligence or insight.
I'm going to go with insight because I actually have a plus to that. Okay, that's a 17 and 11, so 21.
Okay, 21. It seems to be, it looks a little rushed, but it seems to completely be Nezrin's writing.
Okay. Hal kind of just like takes this all in. And it's like, well, honestly, I'm surprised she wrote back at all because, like, she really hates me.
And apparently her parents hate us also. It's
well,
quite pleasant.
her parents have technically always hated me since they hired me, so I'm not surprised about them hating me. And considering what we know about her parents, I'm really not that surprised.
You have made a few enemies here.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to make even more once I tell Spiraling Benath that I'm not a part of the clasp anymore. So that'll be fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And you
Yep.
plan on staying here?
Well, I mean, I might not. The only reason, well, not the only reason, but like Nezrin was a big part of the reason why I was staying. And my kids, but my kids are fine because Lady Kima is taking care of them. So I don't know. Maybe I will go.
I believe that would be a wise decision.
Seems like fate. You book us a passage, and then I get a letter that essentially says I can.
I am glad it worked out this way.
Yeah, seems pretty good. Can I have the letter back?
Of course.
Thanks. She like super carefully like folds it, and then she's probably got like a pocket like in her shirt kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
She tucks it super carefully in there. And
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So while you both think about the contents of the letter and what's going to happen going forward, we'll head over to Igor, who has been sent unceremoniously to his room for being, well, for back talking to his master.
Oh, when did I do that? Oh,
Yes, 2 weeks ago in our last episode, you said some interesting things. I can repeat back what you said if you'd like.
Maybe needing a refresher.
I have a little bit of that. I believe
you cussed out your boss, Igor.
You told Wendell all you do is beat people and yell.
That sounds about right. And now he's locked too. It's not the same man I once knew.
Yeah. And so he sent you to your room with food. And that food has just run out. You've angrily eaten it, almost rage eating.
Well, Igor's there with an empty plate, crumbs and bone pieces of meat everywhere around the room. And he's just sitting there on the bed, anime style, dark and sullen, and kind of licking his fingers and looking at him. I'm hungry. He kind of looks around his room, see if there's any more food stashed or anything. He eyeballs the plant, see if maybe the plant was edible. And he says, no, probably shouldn't eat that. So in a huff, he'll probably kind of go like, in his brain, he'll be like, oh, that Wendell, what does he know? He's not the man I started working for. And he'll get up and he'll leave his quarters to go find more food.
Okay, so you head out, and the servants' quarters outside the back of the Shadow Inn opens into the courtyard and stable yard on the back side. So you cross the muddy ground and head in the back door, which enters into a side room next to the kitchens. And dinner is over now, and there's just a lot of extra food sitting out. The cook kind of looks over and is like, I was hoping you'd show up. We've got a little extra this evening. You want to put some away?
I could gladly help you clear the table if you're so offering for my help.
Well, then
He'll
do what you got to do.
He'll slink over to a table with a wolfish grin on his face, and he'll kind of lean in on a hunchback side and grab some food and just he'll savor the goodness. And while he's there grabbing some of the stuff, he'll start venting his frustrations to the cook.
Okay.
That Wendell, what does he know? He eats a lot now. He used to not eat a lot.
Aye, we've had to send a few plates up to him recently.
It's very disturbing. It's going to cut into my meals.
Aye. A grown boy has got to eat. And that old scrawny man doesn't need to eat as much as you do.
But he keeps eating. I don't know where it goes. He keeps asking me to bring him food, and he gonna do this, he gonna do that. Bring me more food. Oh, I'm hungry. You're bad. Go to your room. And
one of the kitchen girls turns around. She's scrubbing a pot. She goes, "Oh, my ma'am said that one time she had a tapeworm, and she had to eat so much it was just like she was eating for 4 people."
Uh, with those tapeworms, do you think there might be one in him?
I don't know anything about them, but I imagine so. It could be. The cook's just like, I'm maybe that might be something that could happen, but I don't know how you'd find out.
How does one get tapeworms?
I don't know. It's a mystery to me. I've never had one.
Well, Igor sits there with a piece of bread in his mouth, the other hunk in his hand, kind of chewing and thinking as only Igor can think. And yeah, that must be it. He's probably got tapeworms. Who would know about these little worms of tape in town?
I imagine the clerics would. It's kind of up their alley, but I don't know if they do anything for it other than just cast some mumbo jumbo from their god and just make it go away. Maybe an herbalist might know something about them.
What time of day is it?
It's getting to be late evening. Well, not late evening. It's
Igor's gonna go on an adventure then.
It's early evening.
Igor's gonna go on an adventure and he'll look for a empty basket. Be like, "Mind if I borrow that?"
Sure. Are you sure you don't want to take some food up to your master? I'm sure he's starving.
I'm not gonna go see him tonight. He told me to go to my room.
Derelict in your duties, are you?
No, Master specifically told me to go away. So I'm not going to go see him until he sees me.
Well, if you say so, sir, that'll be fine. You wouldn't need the basket there?
Well, I'm not going to eat it, but I need to borrow it.
As long as you bring it back.
I will. And Hill's going to start loading up a bunch of food into the basket to take on the road.
Are you going to be giving a donation to the kids out there with that food? That's an awful lot you're carrying away with you. It's good for a soul like you to be giving to the poor.
Yes, I'm the very giving type. Grabs another one. And, if Window asks for me, just tell him I'm in my room and I will speak to him later.
All right. Well, since you're doing such a good job for helping the unfortunate, I'll leave a pie for you when you get back. How about that?
Oh, what kind of pie is it? He's getting kind of concerned.
It's a mulberry pie. It's my specialty.
Oh, that's all right. I'll be back. And,
all right.
With a big smile on his face, with the basket, and he's going to head out and try and head towards where he thinks, I guess, church would be. Somebody to talk to about these worms of tape.
Okay. Well, you have been to the Temple District before.
Well, let's go to Temple District.
It's on the other side of town, about as far away as you can be from the Grayskull Shadow Inn as you can be and still be in Amon.
Oh, no. Well, I guess Igor's on a mission. How long does that normally take? Like, how long would you expect that?
On foot?
Yeah, jogging along.
4 hours.
Ooh.
If you're lucky.
Oh, Igor.
I mean, if you're going to run, maybe an hour and a half.
I never sleep.
Igor then will ask around for directions to figure out this time frame, where to go. If there's kids about, I guess he'll shirk some of the load of food and he'll stuff the rest in his mouth and he's going to go for a run.
Okay.
A very full stomached, very not happy run.
Okay. You on your jog across town, you gain a few interesting looks. A lot of the guards kind of perk up and keep an eye on you, but no one seems to be chasing you, so they just think you might be a servant that is out on duty for his master.
Thankfully, you are wearing a butler's uniform.
Yes.
It's your saving grace.
All right, so we'll let Igor run across town, and then we'll go up to the last of our group we haven't checked in yet. Wendell, Eustace, Abernathy, Lucius, Throckwaddle, Hassenpfeffer the Fourth of the Haversham Hassenpfeffers.
'Tis I, Yes, I have finished summoning my book.
Yes, your brand new book.
It's beautiful.
Brand new old book.
Yes, I had a talk with my patron. My new book, it's made out of a very fine, like black, almost like maybe like purplish leather. It looks to have like maybe white stitching in the binding.
Mm-hmm.
And it is embellished with, I think, silver.
Oh, gilded in silver.
Yes. It's very
Quite
like
an
very
exotic-looking
small
book.
design. Yes, it's very very intriguing.
It's
Yes.
larger than the last one you received.
I must be getting stronger. I flip through my pages for just a few moments and go, I missed you terribly, book.
Now, while you're sitting there hugging your book, you hear a bit of commotion outside in the hallway. It seems like one of the other members of the group has come in.
I press an ear to the door.
You just hear a door close in the hallway.
I open it up and see if
There's no
anyone
one
has
out
like a
there.
light on.
No.
Well, it could be Lamont because I took all of his candles.
Yes, you did. That's why it was dark when Lamont went to his room.
I'll close the door again. I
Okay.
haven't heard anything, so it's probably not Hal. And Igor stays in the servants' quarters. Could be Harlan or Lamont. Either way, I'm just gonna flip through, double check my notes, write down the new information I've learned, close it, and then by that point it's probably been, like a few minutes, 15 minutes. Then I'm going to go into Lamont's room and use his access to the secret door down to the secret chamber to see if to check out the place since Reagan says it's been renovated.
Okay. So you walk through Lamont's room.
Yep.
You
I bring
find
a
that
candle with me.
the entrance to the armoire was left open.
It was Lamont.
You head downstairs.
I go quietly.
As you go quietly, as you pass the entrance into the private dining room,
So
you
I hear him
hear
yelling.
Lamont cursing and eating, like rage eating and cursing.
Yep, I keep going.
You head downstairs and it's dark as you reach the base of the ladder. And as you turn to step into the room, the light slowly rises, this bright, clear white from 4 sconces, 2 on either side. It provides quite a glow across the room. You see a dusty bottle of champagne in a bucket, and across the entire room you see a well-made steel or iron door with a lot of bars and a lot of locks.
I like it. This is wonderful. I'll walk over to the bottle of champagne, dust it off a little bit.
It is a very fine vintage.
Oh, well, don't mind if I do. And
But
pop
it is
it
not
open.
cold.
Oh, just kidding.
It looks like it's been sitting out for a little while.
I'll just take it with me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll put it in the satchel of containing since I revoked those privileges again.
Okay.
Put it in there for later. Trying not to think of anything Igor may have put in there. Come back for your champagne. And I'm gonna look at this door. I'm gonna open it and look into it.
Okay. What would you like to find out?
Just to check the security. Because I know Harlan and I had quite a lengthy discussion about this door in particular, so he's just checking to see.
Okay.
Reagan.
Look, it seems like a relatively sturdy door.
Mhm.
There are several heavy-duty hinges. It opens in to the room.
Right.
And you notice at the bottom, there are 2 wrought iron L-shaped brackets that go into the ground that keep the door from opening in case you need. They look like they can be removed very easily. There are 2 bars going across the door, one at about chest height and one about knee height. Both are placed into L brackets also, so they can be slid in and slid out. There are 3, looks like mechanical locks on the door, as well as some other contraptions you're not aware of. They might be traps. They could be
Probably.
alarms. You're not sure.
I'll give it a satisfactory nod. Maybe fiddle with a couple of them. And then, satisfied, I think he'll, take a glance around. Is that old map of the sewer still there, or has it been updated?
Yes. Nope,
Okay.
nope. It's still there.
Okay, cool.
It looks like most of the items that were in the room
Okay.
are the same. It's just the sconces were added.
Okay.
The door was replaced. It just has been updated a bit.
Wendell's already kind of copied that into his book, so he won't pay any attention to it more than necessary, and he'll go back up the stairs, pausing to listen at the dining room door.
Lamont, you've been cursing and eating for a little while now. Is there anything else you are doing in the room?
I'm gonna make a plate. Just stack it like crazy. Bunch of different stuff. And then I'm gonna get my milk under the crook of my arm here and get the other milk under my arm. And then while chewing, I'm going to set out into the hallway and see who I bump into first. Kind of half looking for Howl, half looking for Harlan.
Okay, you said the hallway. Are you talking about towards the tavern area of the Shadow Inn?
Yes.
Okay.
Not the secret lair.
They're just people out there you don't recognize. You don't
like walking around the crowd, like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Guys having fun? Guys having a good night tonight?
No, they're just all happy. They're having a good time. Some people seem to be deep in conversation and don't really want to be very responsive, but most people respond back to you.
Sure. I don't really respect that. I'm like, hey, listen, you guys have fun. Thanks so much for coming out tonight. It's beautiful to see everybody here. It's wonderful. And just generally sort of making a scene. Not a complete scene, like a half scene, like an annoying,
a partial scene,
drunk scene. What's his deal kind of a thing. And then, I don't know, peek my head outside, kind of just walk around, till I bump into, I guess I'll go take a look at the front porch. Howl sometimes sits out there. And
there's not really a front porch on the Shadow Inn. It's kind of like an entryway. You kind of go walk right into the facility.
He doesn't remember that.
Yeah, you walk outside and it's like cobblestones and street, really. Bit of a little grass area before you get to it, but
it's like, this isn't how I pictured it at all.
You only just walked in here a few hours ago.
I thought I went in through the secret entrance. Doesn't matter. The point is,
when you first came in, you came in the front door.
I did?
Yeah, you can't.
Then you went down to the secret entrance.
See, I think he's having a hard time. It's fun if he's kind of having a hard time, because he had an expectation walking over here that has disappointed him as he's gotten back to the Gray Skull Tavern. So anyway, okay, well, I go back in and I'm going to go up to Harlan's room.
Okay. So I'm going to pause there. You're standing in front of Harlan's room. About this time is when Wendell, you'd be exiting Lamont's room.
Oh, I would have paused at the dining room to hear if he was still cursing in there.
Okay. He was, and then you hear him get up and leave.
Oh, well then I'll exit after I hear him leave. Fully?
Okay, so you hear the door close and you exit into the dining room.
Yes. Is there any food left in?
Yes, there's quite a bit of food on the table. There is half a turkey, and a lot of different sides, and a glass of milk.
I think he just sits down for a second and eats everything Lamont didn't.
Okay.
It's like, peace and quiet. And he's not seen ordering this food, so people won't know.
Okay.
They'll just think Lamont was really hungry.
We'll leave you eating your food, and we'll go back to Lamont. Lamont, you head upstairs, and you're standing outside of Harlan's door. The upstairs area is completely quiet.
I'm going to take my free hand and knock like the Knock like the cops on the door. Bang, 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 bang.
There's no answer.
Son of a bitch, I walked all the way up here with all of this. And I like eat some mashed potatoes without with my mouth, without touching, without a utensil. And
Okay.
and I'm gonna go look for Harlan.
Okay.
Walk around looking for him.
All right. You do know that the last time you saw Harlan, you left him at the Temple of Inspired Hands. Hal was there as well.
Oh.
Actually, when you left, everyone was there.
He's like standing in the hall covered in mashed potatoes, remembering this.
I imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong, at this point, Lamont is suffering from the fact that his mind is still kind of splintered. Things are putting themselves back together. And so memories are having a hard time traversing different gaps. And
He
so
got a flood of old memories, and it has short-circuited his short-term memory, and we've got some memento stuff going on.
yeah, that's what I thought was going on. So you're having flashes of things. You're after you start looking for something, you're like, oh shit, okay, he's over there.
Yeah.
Or you don't even remember, not knowing Reagan's name at all. Those little things that you should know, and you don't seem surprised by it.
And it's distracting, and he has a cursed dagger, and also writing everything down, he's compartmentalizing a bit, and he's kind of really distracted instead of being so haunted by the loss of his family and his past and his profession. And he needs to do something so that he can talk about all that again.
And that's why you're eating mashed potatoes with your mouth.
And looking for Harlan. And
looking for Harlan
without any utensils or hands.
Yes. With your mouth.
I hope you eat them with your mouth.
Yes,
I don't know what else you eat potatoes with.
Using your mouth.
Like that kid in the Christmas Story.
Yep.
Okay, so it flashes to you that Harlan may still be at the House of Inspired Hands.
Drop the plate.
It clatters to the floor.
And walk out and just start walking toward I'm missing the whole party, and I'm not, and even though I'm exhausted, I'm not sleeping.
Okay. It is getting late evening now.
Do I bump into Lamont as I'm because I try to eat his food as quickly as possible as he's coming out into the hall again?
So Lamont's starting to exit, and you see him he gets to the main common area before you, so you open the door and you see Lamont walking away.
Oh, Lamont!
Huh?
You're here. Who would have thought?
I am here. I won't be here long. I'm leaving. I'm going to the Temple of Hands. The Hands.
Yes, we have to be there before midnight. So, would you come with me briefly to fetch Igor before we go?
Sure.
Excellent.
We're going to meet everybody there?
Yes, Howl and Harlan should be there.
All right. Let's do it. Come on. What do you need?
We have to bring Igor, though. Where's the servants' quarters?
Right. I don't know. I have no idea.
Reagan.
You see him pop up behind the bar. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Where are the servants' quarters?
That would be through the kitchen, across the stable yard, to the building on the back.
All right.
Would you like me to go summon someone for you?
Yes, could you fetch Igor for me?
Of course, I'll be right back. And you see him shuffle off into. He turned right back around and comes back out. I imagine that he won't be there. It seems that the kitchen staff has said that he has off to find a cleric for you.
What?
Yes, supposedly he's under the impression that you're suffering from a tapeworm.
That is very peculiar.
Yes. It's quite the talk of the kitchens right now. And he was going to donate food to the poor and hungry on his way. He's made quite an impression on the staff.
He should feed all the poor unfortunate orphans.
Yes.
On the way. Is there any more food we can give these poor unfortunate orphans as we...
He took pretty much all of it.
All right.
There is a pie waiting on him. It's the cooks mulberry pie. It's very good.
Well, he won't be coming back here tonight. I'll do my best to intercept him, but I'll bring him the pie. As the
Oh,
cooks made it for him.
No, we can do that. I'll go get it for you.
Thank you.
I would love a slice of pie.
After a few moments, he comes back out with a pie, and it's in a little napkin, kind of like a little rag tied up. He hands it to you.
Thank you.
It smells delicious.
Just ate a turkey.
It's hot.
Thank you. I'll be sure he gets this.
Is there anything else I can do for you? You're leaving. You're not staying here this evening.
No, I have plans to meet up with someone this evening. I have to be over to their place. But I'll probably be back tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
indeed.
right. Well, understand that we've upped the warding of the building now.
Yes,
It should protect you from most basic scry spells, any sort of divinations.
The whole building.
Yes. Our mutual benefactor has seen that he wanted to provide a better and more safe location for you.
Understandable after
At no
certain
small
events.
expense to the organization.
Yes, I'd imagined after recent events you'd want to up security.
Well, yes.
Quite understandable.
It is possible that the shadow will become a secondary base for our mutual friends if necessary.
See.
But if our communications that I sent this evening from our earlier conversation are any indication, we'll be working on the same side for certain things, providing mutual support as well as admiration for each other.
Of course. Now, if you'll excuse me, I would hate to be late.
Yeah, of course.
It's Reagan.
Yes, sir.
It's not for sex.
As you say, sir.
The meeting that we have tonight. It's not for sex.
I'm just making like crazy signs and I'm on.
Okay.
We can all hope.
Yeah. Hey, I know, right? Listen, have a great night. We're going to see you around,
sir.
Walking out the door.
I catch up.
Roger Roger hands you out a to-go cup of milk.
Look at this. And it's cold.
It
all
is.
Right. And I make too much eye contact with him.
He winks at you.
Back up. Catch up to Wendell. What the hell is wrong with these people?
Whatever do you mean?
They're all but making out with me. They're giving me milk on the way out. That guy winked at me.
Was it Mr. Roger?
Yes, it was Mr. Roger. Why is he winking at me?
I believe he has a thing for you.
What the hell does that mean? Does he owe me money?
No. I believe he's interested sexually. It's a sex thing.
We'll be right back. I can't help it.
That's his little payback after you said that on the way back.
We're going to stop on that. And we're going to go to Hal and Harlan now, back at the Temple of Inspired Hands, to find out exactly what they were doing once they received the letter. Hal?
Oh, God. Okay.
Save us?
Can I really save us?
No.
You're asking the wrong person. I think after the letter, Hal's contemplating writing back, but then she was like, nah, she said it was dangerous. So, do I know where the airship ports are?
Yes, there's only one airship port, and it's in the Cloud Top district above everything in the city. You can't miss it, really.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a spectacle when the ships come in.
Do I feel like if I showed up there in 3 days, I'd be able to get in?
That's going to be up to you. I can't really say. Anyone has access to reach the ticket booth associated with the ships, or to negotiate in the small receiving area with captains.
Okay.
Most people who already have access to the ship, the merchants or who whatnot that are associated with the ships, they have their own entrance and ways in. But for the general populace, there's only 2 access points.
Okay. There's no way to like, you know how some airports are like, oh, you can drop your family off here when they go to their gate, kind of thing.
Yeah,
There's
not that close. No.
Okay.
No.
Damn. Okay.
Now, I'm not saying that the class has no access points to it or secret ways, but that's up to you to find out.
Yeah. She's also trying to avoid the clasp as much as possible right now. Okay. We're still sitting on the front porch, are we, Harlan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Harlan is staring out. He says, I am worried. I think I prepared them enough, but there are many iterations where they die tonight.
I'm sorry, what? Who's dying? I'm not dying.
Hopefully nobody, but there are many ways
It's
they
like 9
could.
p.m. Harlan's like, the Orb daggers are gonna be late.
They're
I know
gonna
it.
die.
They're all gonna die.
I mean, like, should we go look for them?
I think that might increase our
But, like-
chances of failure, but then
Well, I mean, they're adults. They can make their own decisions. Right?
can they?
No, but one can hope, right?
Well, maybe we should go look for them.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah, let's go look for them. And I'll stand up. And we'll go look for them. But while we're going, Hal just like starts walking off in a direction, because I don't think they ever told us where they were going.
No, Lamont just ran out, and I believe Wendell just left.
Yeah. Because I don't think we saw it.
Said,
I don't think we
Wendell
saw
didn't
each other.
leave with Igor.
I think no.
I think
Igor
he followed along.
I don't know. Can't fucking stop it. So like as we're walking, because she just kind of picks it. God damn it! Why the fuck is my? I'm blurry now. This is just my default.
Now you're
state.
back.
Yeah. Okay. As we're walking, Hal's kind of like, hey, so you remember like a long time ago when I showed you that dagger I have?
Yes.
Have you had any like thoughts about that?
I've had many thoughts about it, but none of them have stuck out for me.
Okay. So like you haven't had a breakthrough or anything.
Yes, no breakthroughs.
Okay. Cool.
I will continue to look into it.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know like what there is to look into, because like I don't even know what the fuck. So
Arlen, make another Arcana check to see if maybe you've had a moment of inspiration since that point.
You never know what you'll find in ancient knowledge.
fair.
Okay. With the 16, you've never seen this particular type of transmutation. It's like she's transmuting a part of her body and creating a dagger that only lasts for a short time and then returns. You can't imagine that someone who is moving around could store something like that in there. You've never heard anything like that, but it's given you a few ideas on interesting spell work of your own, and that's what you've been experimenting on, trying to figure out the proper way. Not really had any success yet, though.
Yeah, so I will continue my experiments.
Okay. Thanks. I appreciate it. Because, like, Lamont's really bitching at me about this whole memory thing.
I'm unsure how to handle his particular...
Right? Afflictions?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Because, like, I told him, right? I don't remember if you were there for that conversation, but I was like, hey, like, if you want to remember, that's fine. But I don't want to remember because I know I was a shitty person and I don't want to be that person anymore. And he's like, okay, well, we can't be friends unless you remember. So it's kind of fucked up, right?
I think if you don't want to be that person, I don't see why knowledge of your past would stop you from being who you are now.
I mean, because, like, isn't who we are innate? Like, doesn't it? Memories don't really matter. So, like, I'm a pretty shitty person, but I'm trying not to be. So, like, what if that's just, who I am? What if I can't stop being a shitty person?
I think that you can decide who you are. And
Can you? Because, like,
decided to be a decent person.
yeah, within the last, like, month.
For as long as I've known you.
I've known you for longer than a month, right? Has it been longer than a month? Yeah.
Oh, yes. But
yeah.
for as long as I've known you, in my opinion, you're quite decent.
Oh. Well, thanks, Harlan. I like you too. You're a cool dude.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking now because
Where are we going?
I have no idea. I just started walking.
Perhaps we should think of a destination.
Hold on, we are going. We're going north.
Okay, you're going north.
We're going north.
All right.
Roll
So,
one.
it's impossible to go directly north because that's into the Cloudtop district, and you're not allowed in that area.
Right.
But you can go northeast or northwest.
Can we go, like, towards the Abdar Promenade?
Yes. So you're heading northwest.
Yeah.
All right. So you cross into Abdar's Promenade, and you see the leaning tower that is Abdar's Folly. It's a little bit before the night market really gets busy in there, and so you'll see merchants moving in place and people starting to walk over there. A lot of food being served now.
Okay.
Since it's not raining, it's the first time it hasn't been raining in several days. It might be a pretty big party tonight in the promenade.
Sweet. This is convenient. Are there any, like, jewelry? I know you said they're still setting up, but are there any, like, jewelry vendors open?
There'll be some, but as a resident of the city, you know that the jewelry and items on sale during the night market that aren't food or pleasure related aren't always the best quality. They're more flash in the pan sort of fun things.
We're in Abdar's Promenade. Are any of the magic shops open?
That's a good question. Gilmore's closes early. But some of the lesser known
to go there. That's a tourist trap.
The Big B's place is still open. Mordenkainen's, it's a sham. It's nothing but junk. But
if Big B's is still open, we'll go there.
Okay. You head in the direction. Big B's is more to the west of the main center square of the promenade. Okay. You walk through the crowded streets. Everyone's having a good time. A lot of the younger pickpockets, are out, and they kind of give you a wave as they go by.
I'm like, I point out. I'm like, yeah, go get that guy. He looks dumb, kind of thing. I give them some marks.
And they're all very appreciative. Harlan is kind of confused at what's going on.
What are you saying to those urchins?
Nothing. It's fine. So I gotta make a stop real quick. It shouldn't take too long, and then we can continue to look for people if that's okay.
Okay, as you stand in front of this ostentatious, purpley 3-story building that looks like it was mismatched. Like the floors don't fit properly, and the top is bigger than the bottom, and there's a kind of a squiggly tower coming off one side.
Okay.
As you go to walk in that, we'll go back to Igor, who is sprinting across the town.
He probably stops a few times, leans against the wall, and is.
Are you rage running?
No, he's not. Has a sense of
Okay.
urgency. He's just running.
Roll me a con save. Let's see how well you've made it across town.
Why did I eat so much food? All right. Get my dice. Uh-oh. That's already not looking good. Come on, Igor. What is your con? It is a 10.
Oh, see, you know how when you eat and then you do something,
Oh, yeah.
physical,
Oh, yeah.
it's not sitting well. You're having a hard time breathing. You've got the flop sweats going on right now. You've got to stop for a moment.
Igor assumes the bending
position.
over, squatting in the street position, breathing really heavy, kind of feeling the world spin, heavy in the gut, heavy in the chest, and he's just and he'll take a moment to relax there and kind of get up, maybe splash some water in his face from something.
As you're doing that, you look around, you find yourself, you're in the military district, and you're right next to the Black Bastille, which is this large, almost metallic looking building that is just very imposing. It's all black stone and iron, and there's guards out front wearing the military garb of the city of Amman. They kind of giving you an eye.
I'm fine. And he'd probably throw up at that point in front of him.
You see him just sort of turn and not look at you now, just looking away.
Igor will then continue the slow walk to maybe jog to maybe run of sick shame and continue on the way.
Not a lot of movement in this side of the town. It seems like it shuts up a lot, or like at nightfall. The only people you see are guards and guardsmen moving to duty. But you make your way into the temple district, and you see the different styles of temples and the associated buildings all around. There's a lot here.
As a hunchback, not of Notre Dame, but of Wendell. Sanctuary. Yeah, hunchback of Iman. He will go towards the first nearest building and bang on the doors.
Okay. I'm probably going to have to roll for that one.
Oh.
I mean, 11, okay, I'm rolling a d12 minus 1. Let's see, that's a 10.
Look at that, Benarvin. Hi.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So you are standing in front of an achingly beautiful building. It is marble and stone carved in a way that it looks like it's almost living. Like you look at it and it's not moving. You could tell it's stone, but when you look away at the corner of your eye, it seems like it's flowing and moving. It is a larger building, but not too ostentatious. There's not a lot of gold or metal here. It seems almost all natural. The doors are a intricately carved pair of wooden doors that are almost like vine-like. But it looks like if you could actually stick your hands through them and pull them apart and see inside, but it's wood and it doesn't happen that way. What do you do?
Okay, and then nobody answers from his banging on the door?
You bang on the door, and after a moment, you hear someone coming up, and then you see a
Hello?
You see a woman of indeterminate age, taller than you, with silver sparkling hair kind of leaned down. She's wearing green and yellow golden robes. She goes, yes. How might the Temple of the Archheart help you?
Do you have anything for indigestion?
That's not normally what we approach for, but are you ill? Do you need healing?
I don't feel good right now. But I did come to ask other things. But I yeah, he's just kind of bending over, holding his gut.
Oh, here, why don't you come in and sit down and we'll have someone take a look at you.
Okay. And he'll follow her to wherever she's taking him, just taking in the sights as he's walking.
The interior of this basically the entryway of this temple is almost like a stone garden. There are plants that are growing along the top parts of the building, leaning down into it. There are potted plants along the sides. There's actually an open kind of like there's an opening in the ceiling that comes down into a garden in the center that is tended, seems to be lovingly tended as well. She sends you on a wooden bench to the side and goes, I'll grab someone who could look at you in just a moment. Stay here, please.
Okay.
You're there for only a few more moments before a halfling in the same garb as the woman who greeted you at the door comes by and is like, "Oh, hi. You're not feeling well there, huh?"
Yeah, it's me and another person, but yeah, don't feel good.
Yeah, give me a moment. Just sit there. And he starts doing a quick investigative look at you. And he's just sort of like nodding. He's like, you've eaten too much there, son. You have an issue with control? I mean, it looks like you've ran a ways. You're all sweaty and clammy. And, well,
But I have problems with control. I control lots of things in my life.
all right.
He's
Well,
kind of perturbed by the question, like, what do you mean?
here, let me see if I can provide a bit of respite from this. And he places his hand on your belly, and you feel magic kind of release, a coolness go into you and spread throughout your body, and
Whoa.
you feel fine now.
What is that? That feels great.
That's just a simple little spell we can do to try and help. Now,
what's it called? I must know.
Oh, you wouldn't understand. It's fine. It's fine. But why don't we talk about this other that's not feeling well?
Yes, my master. He's grown on words are hard. Very hungry of late. He eats way too much, but he's really thin, really thin. And he's not the same man who I was employed by and raised by. He's something wrong. And somebody suggested that there are worms of type inside his body that are making him eat.
I've heard of things like that before. But there are many other things. We live in a world of magic. And while some is good, others is bad. It could be a curse of some kind. Has your master upset anyone recently? Or
All
run
the time.
afoul of...
He upsets people all the time, me included. I'm very upset with him right now.
Oh, well, then you do your master justice by still looking to help him, even though he has angered you so.
I was just trying to find out what's wrong with him. I don't know about helping.
Well, bring your master here as soon as you can, and I will be more than happy to give a cursory investigation of his problems.
What if he won't come to here? I mean, do you just have like a remedy potion for worms of type?
I'm sorry, I can't just give you a remedy of some sort. That some remedies.
Lots of liquor.
No, that might just pickle him.
Oh, okay. I figured worms wouldn't like liquor.
Your body does a few things to it before it would ever reach where these worms would live, but it may not be that at all. I'd hate to subject your masters to a disgusting medicine if it was not even the cause of the problem.
Well, what could it be?
It could be many things. That's why I must look at him.
What if he won't come and do what do I do? I've never been in this predicament before.
Well, sometimes, my good man, people enjoy their suffering. And so if he chooses not to come for healing, if he chooses not to reach out for help, then he chooses to suffer the ignominy of his predicament.
You've used a really lot of large words, and I understood the suffering bit. Wendell is big on suffering and
simply,
suffer.
sir, some people enjoy their suffering.
That sounds like Wendell.
Well, then there's not much I can do.
Well, do you have anything for the road? Maybe a antacid or Tums of some kind?
I think you're fine.
Kind of just looks like, oh, okay.
Off with you. Have a wonderful and safe evening.
Well, thank you very much, mister. I appreciate your
The Archheart's blessing upon you.
The what?
The temple you're in is the temple to the Archheart. I said the Archheart's blessing upon you.
There's no hearts. He's looking around.
Have a wonderful evening, sir.
Okay. Thank you. And nice place you got here. As he turns around and kind of walks up and looking at everything on this way out.
All right, where do you head from here?
Well, at the door, he kind of stand there and kind of think, oh, I feel better. And there's pie waiting for me back at the manor. Guess I'll go get some pie. And this time, though, he's going to walk back. He's not in a hurry now. Because everything's settled. Apparently, it's not tapeworms, and Master just likes to suffer, so it's fine.
Okay, so you head... you head back the slow, long way. All right, okay. So Igor will definitely not make the 12 o'clock time. All right, that's one. Let's go back to Lamont and Wendell.
Hey, what are we doing again? Why do we have to be at a place?
You just... That's why he was winking. We have to go back to the Temple of Inspired Hands by midnight.
Right. By midnight?
Yes.
Or I turn into a pumpkin. What happens?
Yes, or you turn into a pumpkin.
Right, but what's really going to happen, though?
You remember that mage we fought?
I do?
He might find you and come back to finish the job, personally. And not send one of his snowmen after us.
Or else I got to go to this place where I really want to go and where I wish we were going is the Temple of Inspired Hand.
That's where we're going.
That's where
Harlan and Howl are.
Is that where the Hammer Master touched me?
Yes.
Okay. See all this food, I'm all carved out and I think
the Hammer Master touched you in the Temple of Inspired Hands.
I know, it sounds a lot more exciting than... it was pretty exciting. But it wasn't a sex thing. Okay, so... It's sort of like we're walking, and I'm like, you ever think about, like, whether the next decision you make could, like, change your whole life?
Constant.
Me too. You ever need, like, a lot of power very quickly?
Yes. Are you looking for a lot of power in a very short amount of time?
It's just something I've been thinking about lately because I've got some ideas.
I pull out a pamphlet.
Oh, look at you. What have you got there? What is this?
You joined the Prism of Power.
Wow. Prism. How fun. You've got a little thing here.
It's quite a large thing, but yes.
Cool. I'll take a look at that. I'll like put it in my pocket.
I was a lot worse off, and then I joined the Prism of Power, and now I am in a very good position. About to be an even better position. Everyone who signed up has profited immensely in both station, power, whatever it is they're looking for, really.
Yeah.
Some
Well,
people
hey,
it's
nothing
money.
succeeds like success, buddy.
Exactly, and the Prism of Power has 100% success rate thus far.
Success rate.
Yes.
Success being like what? Like
Power.
Okay.
In whatever terms you may define it as.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Whatever terms I define it as.
Yes. There's like a negotiation when you sign up for the Prism of Power.
What about flesh? What if I crave flesh?
Well,
I don't.
you'll become more charming.
Charming?
Yes.
Come on. All right.
Like
That's
my-
something to think about. So
Like,
sure.
give a little smoke.
Sure.
Distance.
Oh boy. You look great. You're good at that. Okay.
An 18 charisma.
And I'm looking forward to getting to the hands. The
Yes.
hands.
Yes, no, if you are looking for power, whether it be actual physical power, mental power, magical power, wealth, prison power can help you. All it asks for is a
Okay.
little help in return. Very small entry.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Was that just my soul, right?
I mean, what are you using it for anyway?
Oh, that's creepy. Okay. There you go. Wow. I mean, is that the deal? Is that the thing? Or is it just a lot of money? Because I talked to one time that was just like
Oh
just
no,
all
no
the
down
money.
payment required. In fact, some people have started from absolutely nothing. Or next to nothing.
Yeah.
Yes. Much like
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, thank you. That's kind of a cheap shot, but I get what you're saying. You know. Okay. Well, I will give it some thought. I'll look at the literature. And
Yes, if you need
consider
more,
it.
I have more.
Sure. I believe it.
If you get enough friends to sign up with you, there's a timeshare you can you get being a part of it.
I get a timeshare?
If you like it and you recommend it to enough people and they like it, then yes, you get a timeshare.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, so I tell two friends and then they tell two friends and I recruit for this?
That's the way to do it.
Is it?
It is.
Uh-huh. And
You
it's
trickle
not
up
a sex
power
thing.
effect. No, it's not at all. Unfortunately.
At all.
Well,
Because you'd tell me if it was. Right? We're pals.
I would tell you it was.
Yeah. I can tell by the look on your face and your smolder that it's not. I understand that it's brought you great success. I mean, look at you. You're loaded. You're doing great.
Yes.
Yeah. You got a special friend. You got a manservant
Yes.
who adores you.
But also, power, and dancing lights, like little visual effects.
Oh, fun. Yeah. I can't do that.
Well, if you joined the Prism of Power, good.
I could do that with the.
Yes.
Wow.
I'll make the
That
dancing lights
alone.
come together in a person, like a person outline shape. Then I'll just
I can make lights,
dismiss it.
a timeshare, and special lights,
Yes. Well, many other things. You've seen me do my handkerchief.
and all the power I
Switch.
want
Yes.
in whatever form I want.
Yes. Power. Lots of
Right.
power.
I gotta write this down. Okay.
It's all in the pamphlet. Really. I give you the deluxe pamphlet. The extra.
Have we made it to the temple yet?
No, I'm
we
about to
noticed
hail
we
us a
saw
cab
it.
because it's quite a walk.
Oh, I'm so glad we had the whole sales pitch on I think it's not like I didn't enjoy it or that I'm not taking you seriously. It just seems like for my ever loving soul, if I'm understanding you correctly, it just seems like my ever loving soul is worth like a fair bit because part of my thoughts are how to weaponize it, or how to.
I mean,
you
it's not
understand what I'm saying?
joining the prism. I mean, I weaponized mine through the
Yeah?
prism of power. Yes.
Okay. Is that how Igor showed up?
No. It's
You have,
how
like,
I'm
a
very
special-
effective with this handkerchief.
Oh, that's true. I've seen you zap. You've.
Lots of things.
That's no joke. I've seen you take some, folks down with the wave of your hand. That's true.
I'm going to say you guys have had this conversation in the cab that
Okay,
that you
I
already
would have told the
hailed.
cabbie, if you see a hunchback half-orc in a butler's uniform, to alert us. Keep his eyes peeled for that.
He would have told you that he saw one earlier in the evening running north, like running really fast.
Yes. That way. Because if he knows Igor's gonna go off in some direction to do whatever it is he's doing, to find a temple, because if he was smart, he'd go to the Temple of Inspired Hands. But he's Igor. So he's just gonna go north.
Crikey, it's a
Because
wild
if Igor
eagle.
goes something, he's gonna go back to the place he was last known to be, and he's gonna go the same route. So he's gonna just go that direction.
Okay.
Thank you. And
So that's
I'll
what he's
just
been doing while
my
you guys have been having this
telepathy
conversation.
Ping to Igor.
Does Igor hear it?
So about the time you're well into Abdar's promenade now, heading north, you get a ping.
Yes, master. Hello?
Igor, get your ass in this carriage right this instant.
What carriage?
And I would have asked the cabbie to halt, and I would have flung open the door and be like, Igor!
Oh, yeah, on a side road, you see one pull up.
Oh, hi, master.
Right this instant, young man.
I
And I would have eaten his pie on the
me.
way.
Would you have left the pie plate?
Yes, in the plate, like, so he won't see it till he gets into the carriage.
Igor is in shock when
I
he
close
sees
the door
that.
and I tell the cabbie, quick, make haste, please, to the Temple of Inspired Hands.
He acknowledges, and you head off at a high rate of speed. And as you ride
Someone wasn't in their room this evening.
So as Igor's being chastised, Lamont's laughing silently, and the carriage is running very quickly towards the Temple of High Inspired.
With Lamont. I need to make a good.
Okay, then he's probably wearing. Are you wearing some of the pie still on your face, like mulberry?
I'm a mess.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you're staring at Lamont, who has eaten your pie, your master who's eaten your pie, and you get no pie, and you're riding to the Temple of Inspired Hands.
Hey, big guy, how's it going?
I'm very sad.
Just lick his face, man.
Let's switch over to Bigby's place as Harlan and Hal step through the front door of this garishly purple facility that is relatively busy. There's 15, 20 people all looking at different things. There's scrolls and tomes and magical items and little things like little letters floating through the air and animals and things in cages. It's the Walmart of magic.
Great. This I'm gonna head towards the jewelry section.
Okay.
This Walmart of magic.
You find a section behind some glass. There's a lot of bracelets and rings. There's a few amulets sitting there. They're of all different colors, shapes, and sizes, different gem settings. After a few minutes of staring at it, a person in a bright, garishly purple outfit, robes with a big floppy purple hat comes over. Hi, welcome to Big B's. How may I help you tonight? with your magical interests.
Hi. What's your name?
I was supposed to say that when I'm Weston.
Hi, Weston. I'm Hal.
Hello, Hal. Welcome to Bigby's Magical Emporium.
Thanks. You too?
Thank you.
Yep.
What exactly are you looking for?
Yeah.
Yes, that would be my question.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking for a bracelet that's like a simple leather band with some kind of pearl or something like that.
What sort of enchantments are you hoping to have provided on this jewelry of exquisite detail?
Yeah. So I have some friends who can like talk in my mind. I want to do that, but like long distance.
Yes. For custom items, I'll need you to speak with my manager. I am not at liberty to assign prices for things such as this, but if I might make a suggestion, I think you're looking for something that has something like the sending spell associated with it, or possibly we have gems that you can communicate, but that's normally not very far away. Maybe the sending spell infused in it. It gives you
Yeah.
25 words over a very long distance, I believe, on only one plane.
Yeah, sure. Do I have to like custom order that?
Yes, I will have to get my manager.
Okay, like how long does that take?
Well, the imbuing process of a spell can take several weeks, normally 4 to 6 weeks. Sometimes we have to send it off to our main corporate office in Rexingtram.
Okay. You don't have any sending stuff that's like available today?
I'll have to check our inventory.
Can you do that?
Oh, you want me to do it right now? Okay, yeah, I'll go look right now.
Thanks.
You stay right here.
I won't move.
Sir, did you want anything? Welcome to Bigby's Magical Emporium.
Yes, while you're checking your inventory, can perhaps something that could enhance one's strength?
That's good. Yeah.
In what way are you asking for that, sir? Are you looking for gauntlets of strength, i.e. ogre strength? Are you looking for a belt that might provide strength? Are you looking for a band that could provide some strength for you? You look rather martial in your own right, but a hint of magic surrounds you, sir. Are you a purveyor of fine magical items yourself?
I'm not a salesman, no, but I do procure such items.
Ah. Well, we do have a purchasing system here. If you find magical items of some renown, we can give you a great deal on anything you provide.
Like anything?
Yes, that was the word in the script. So that's what I have to say.
I'm gonna pull out the wand in my right boot, not the one in my left boot.
Okay.
What
Which
you
one is
tell
that
me?
one?
The broken wand of fireballs.
It's okay.
What about this?
Oh my. One moment. It takes it from you.
Be careful with that.
Sir, I am a trained professional.
Blows himself up.
I am sure. I take a step back.
He hands it back to you. Ma'am, do you know that this wand is broken and very dangerous to handle?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I cannot provide you any money for that.
All right, that's fine. I put it back in my boot.
He takes a step back and kind of over to Harlan. You're a very brave man.
Yes.
I don't think somebody was there when I initially put it in my boot, but I don't think it was Harlan. I've just been carrying this around. It's great. It's great. Anyway, so you're gonna go check that inventory, right?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I was distracted by the very dangerous item of which you're wearing right now.
Yes,
I will quickly check the back office while you explode here and destroy many, many thousands of gold worth of product.
Yeah, well, I'll be dead, so it wouldn't be my problem.
She's not.
But I'll have to clean up after you, and that will be my problem.
Fair. So you should probably,
Turns and leaves.
get us out of here quickly.
Goes check. So before we end the evening, the carriage arrives in front of the Temple of Inspired Hands.
What time is it?
You see a clock on the front of the Temple of Inspired Hands that normally tells decent time.
Super late. So I left as soon as I was done.
It is 11 o'clock.
And I will usher everyone inside. Inside. Let's go. Come on.
You run inside. You head towards the back, and every one of the rooms assigned to your group are empty, and Howl and Harlan are nowhere to be seen.
No one is leaving. They thought we were going to be back.
Very good.
We're all going to
Lamont?
sit in this room and play cards.
Any comment to Wendell saying all of us, no
Because
one's leaving?
Harlan is a wizard who predicts the future. He said everyone should be back by midnight. He and Howl will be back by midnight.
Cool. That's cool. Well, don't freak out. What time is it? It's what?
It's 11.
It's 11. He's got an hour.
He's got an hour. It'll be fine.
They may turn up.
He will.
Listen, I want to go talk to that. I think it was a lady who talked to me after the god talked to me, the hammer guy.
You're not leaving the temple.
I'm not. No, I don't want to. I want to go. I'm
Okay.
gonna get a drink of water. Maybe she can help me with that, and then I want to visit with her
Yes.
for a second.
All right.
So
Okay.
this has been cool.
Yes.
So being here till midnight means the wizard does not show up and kill us, right?
We have
We're
to
not-
stay in until Harlan casts the protective spells upon us again. But they expire at midnight. We've been safe so far.
Oh, so a wizard may yet show up.
If you leave the temple,
Okay, cool. Well, I'm not going to do that, so that's good news.
go.
All right.
no one leaves
Hey.
the temple, Igor.
I'll be back in 2 and 2.
So as Lamont walks off to look for High Priestess Valletta, and Igor and Wendell sit in the cell that is his room in the Temple of Inspired Hands. And while Howl and Harlan wait for an inventory check at Bigby's Magical Emporium, we'll call it for the week.
At least he has a sense of urgency to this check.
Yes, he does have a sense of urgency, but I'm not sure that Harlan and Howl are going to make it back in time.
I think if
That's gonna
Harlan
be
sees the
fun.
clock going, he's going to be like, we can check back tomorrow.
All right, so we're gonna go around and have everybody tell us who they are, where we can find them, and what they thought about tonight's reunion. No, return back to the Shadow Inn. I don't know. We haven't played in 2 weeks, so let's start with Harlan. He's a divination wizard. Let's see how you did tonight.
Well, I'm D20 Coup de Grace. You can find me playing here tomorrow. I'll be playing Magnus Deep Chef. Let's see. There was a lot of nice parts, but I think my favorite part was just kind of Harlan and Hal just getting to know each other better, pretty much. And Igor running through the streets to find worm medicine. I thought that was hilarious.
The Worm of Tape. Yeah, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Speaking of people running off to look for the worms of tape, or medicine thereof, Igor.
Hi, Shiny Pilot 206 for Twitch and Twitters. Sorry, been back and forth, just stuff I gotta take care of. So yeah, it was fun just to get in the game, have some playing, what little I was there for, which I apologize for, but it was just fun to hear all your guys' shenanigans and just be a part of it. Stuff that's specific to speak out to me, I apologize. I still got stuff going on right now, so I'm a little distracted. But it was fun just to be here and hear you guys again and have fun. So, thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks, Shiny Pilot. Yeah, we understand. You have responsibilities, but when you're here, you make the rest of us laugh. So it's good times. It's good times. And speaking of good times, somebody got a letter from her ex-girlfriend. Somebody would be Hal. How'd it go?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. The letter, I think I really liked not knowing how to read the letter and then being like, "Hey Harlan, you want to read this for me and not say anything about it?" Yeah, I thought that was pretty great. Hi, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I play Hal the Shifter Fighter. Tomorrow night in Ravenloft, I'll be playing in Bara Venastra, Divine Soul Sorceress. And then in our occasional Friday night campaigns, I play Violet, or Alien campaign. Did I say? Whatever. Alien campaigns. I play Violet, the synthetic human. I'm super hyped. I can't wait for that. I would have to agree with D20 that just Harlan and Hal kind of getting to know each other and actually talking, because I don't think that's happened at all. This whole campaign was pretty cool. But my favorite part was the reoccurring, it's not a sex thing. That just, I laughed so hard. It was great. It was great.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. So thank you to Hal and Harlan for saving us at that point in time, because it was very difficult for the three of us that were currently in the scene to be able to talk at that moment. Yeah, that was. I have really enjoyed seeing Harlan and Hal spend a little time together character-wise. It's been some non-traditional pairings these last few weeks, and so that's been fun. And speaking of non-traditional, let's check in with Lamont Quinlan.
Tradition. Hello. Obviously, this was great fun. So many classic moments. I wrote down Igor. Well, it must be tapeworms. That was fair. Wendell and Lamont, it's a sex thing. The sex thing was great. And Hal and Harlan. Howl's self-reflective self-loathing. Again, Howl breaks my heart, and I think I'm going to have to destroy her. So that's a fun thing to think about. And I want to destroy something beautiful, like Tyler Durden. So I'm at producer Trav, and I really enjoy this. And Frank kicks some ass tonight, by the way. Frank's ripping it up, and this is so much fun. And so I play D&D to now. I do that, and then I play D&D again tomorrow. But I have to drive to Austin to shoot 8 episodes of IBM and also a super secret project that I can't talk about. And dun, dun, dun. And so I got to go do that. So I don't know if I get to play tomorrow. We're going to find out. We're going to see what happens. And
you're not going to be there for when you killed Bali's parents?
I'm not going to kill What? Don't smile at me like that, Lindy. You're freaking me out with that look. Stop that. Oh, man. All right, I got to go. You got to cut that out. All right, I'll figure out a way to do it. But the point is, I got a lot of work to do. And then on Friday, I am going to play Seawall Orphanage because it's spooky fun and really going well, and you got to check it out. And then we're going to play Aliens on the 6th. And let me tell you something. This is turning into like the not the high, like the Highwaymen, or when Johnny Cash and Tom Petty and George Harrison all got together, and I forgot the name of the Wilburys. Alien is the traveling Wilburys of tabletop RPG streaming. It's just superstars, and there's going to be some more superstars and lots of surprises coming up. So Aliens, Lindy is a saint and a marvelous human being, and I owe her hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash that she will never see. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, that was an awful lot to take in there. Well, I hope we all get to see the non-existent hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Sorry, Frank.
That's okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. I have to think my new favorite before I pass it on to Lindy to close out the night. My new favorite thing is the to now. That's when I'm playing D&D to now. That was my new thing that Lamont just Travis just said. Also, Nugget's cat constantly perching on the back of her chair, the tail curling around her face. That was funny, but I still love Igor just sprinting off to the north to save his master that he's angry with, but that he has to save. Love that. That's good stuff. So I'm at Deception Check. I am the guy lucky enough to DM these people. Some nights it's the guy that is unlucky enough to have to DM these people because of what they do. But it's always a grand time. We have a ball, and I also play Merrick Tenpenny on Tuesdays for Mr. Ravenloft and Hank Granger, the guy that's probably going to die screaming in Aliens sometime soon when the synthetics figure out that they can just kill him and not have to worry about him. Yeah, Violet, coming for you. And those are things and other things, and that's a lot of fun. So let's pass the rest of this on over to Wealth. Wendell, Eustace, Abernethy, Lucius, Throckwaddle, Hassenpfeffer the Fourth of the Haversham Hassenpfeffers.
Thank you.
Right.
One day we'll go to Haversham.
Yeah.
We have to figure out how to heist things first. But anyways, that was super duper fun. I'm trying to think of a favorite moment. I really liked breaking Travis and Deception Check. That felt a deep sense of personal achievement at that point. And also, especially because Lamont had just thrown that in, like, to Wendell's detriment, and so Wendell was able to throw it right back at him. It was very satisfying. I also love Igor's perception. He's so thrown off by the fact that Wendell is hungry. Literally, like, nothing else has changed in years, except that he's now hungry, and Igor does not know how to handle this information.
Telling you, he's not the man I once knew.
Nothing has changed in almost 30 years. Except maybe in, like, the past few, he's gotten more optimistic, but that's about it. Except he's hungry now. So hungry, even eating Lamont's leftovers. Like, that's a new low for him. But you can find him reaching all sorts of new lows every Monday night here on Mondays in Exandria, Adventure in Amman. And you can find the party murdering Bali's parents tomorrow night on Mists of Ravenloft. So excited. It's gonna be great. We're all gonna have it. It's gonna be just sunshine, puppies, and tears of joy.
We'll save him.
We'll see. Good luck. It's gonna be a thing, but also Friday, March 6th. Aliens. It's gonna be great. We still have Greg, guest player, with us, because he hasn't died yet. And, that's how guesting works. You stay until you die. Unless, everyone else has any ideas, but I'm pretty sure that's how guesting works here. Because we had Nikolai Yates, and then he almost died, and that we lost him. So, maybe he'll pop up again. Maybe we can bring him in on the heist. What setting is Aliens? I'll answer this question before I throw us out to our outro. Why don't you tell him, Travis? You're the DM for that campaign. What setting is this Aliens?
It's if Blade Runner and Alien and Predator were all in the same continuity, and you've got Rachel's sisters from Blade Runner, and then it's about 150, 180 years later. I still need to do the actual math on that because I should know that shit. Math, come on. But anyway, and now they're on a jungle planet, and they're stranded, and and there's lots of intrigue and murder, and there's predators in the basement, and a Blade Runner, and it's got everything. It's got it all.
Yeah,
you gotta check it out.
There's synths. Nugget's one of them. I'm the captain and the medic. It's great.
It's menace. And it's just superstars. Everybody's awesome in it, so you gotta check it out.
It's a pretty fun game. So check that out. It's our once a month campaign, maybe twice a month in certain months. I don't know, I have to look at schedules. But thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching. It has been an absolute pleasure. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week and that the rest of your Monday is good as well. Hopefully see you tomorrow night.